I want to take you through on how to create a relationship between tables in Excel. In Microsoft Excel, assume that you have, maybe it can be in different sheets. You have a table here that contains some details that you want. You have also created some work in another table. Then, after highlighting them, you are able to create a relationship like you can see mine here. There is what we call Power Pivot that you must know how to put it there. I'll show you. So when you click on Power Pivot, if I want to see on Manage Data, if I go to Manage Data, I'll be a diagram. I'll be able to see that I have a relationship here between this table 3 and table 4. I had table 3 and table 4. Now you can see I have a relationship between the two. The relationship can be used to create a query. You can create a query that will assist you to automate your work in Excel. It can also be used to create a pivot table that will be used to analyze data in Excel. You can use pivot table that can be between 2 or 3 tables or even more. That is because we know we have one-to-many relationship, one-to-one relationship, and such like. So I'm going to show you now how to do all this work. So I want to start with I'll show you first of all how to make sure that the Power Pivot is here, because it's through the Power Pivot that you're able to create a relationship. Now you go to File. If you go to File, you click on Options, and then on Options you click on Add-ins. On the Add-ins, if you go on Com Add-ins, then you click on Go, you'll be able to see this dialog box where you must ensure that Microsoft Power Pivot for Excel is ticked. If it's not ticked, it will not appear there. So you make sure it is ticked for it to appear here. So it must be ticked like it is here now. Then you click OK. So it will appear. After appearing, then you are able now to do. So I want to start afresh and show you. This is a new workbook. So I can have, for instance, exactly what I had. That is the name of the teacher. That is name. Can have name of the teacher here. Name, all teacher's name. Name of teacher. Then name of teacher. I can also have the teacher is in which department. That is the subject. The subject the teacher is. That is the subject. Subject the teacher is teaching, and then I also have department here. Department. So after having all those, the next thing here to do is maybe the salary of the teacher. You can have it. If you are managing your own teachers, salary of the teacher. Then I can also have another table that will be having the HODs. Now, for instance, we talk about that is HOD name. Sorry, I want it to be here. I can have HOD name. HOD name. Then I can also have the department of that, where the HOD is, the department of the HOD. So if I have this one, like I can talk of let me just have some formatting here. I can have some formatting here. If I put that color, I put the, yeah, I can also have the same here. I can have, then I also have that. So name of the teacher, you can have somebody called James. You can also have Collins. We can also have Michelle. We can also have Michelle. We can also have Jiang. You can have as many as you can. The subject here is, for instance, mathematics. You can have here chemistry, history. You can also have CRE. You can also have English. So if I decided to have 3 departments here, I can also have another one like minor geography. Now, then you'll be able maybe to have a query that will be extracting teachers that belong to a certain department. That is in another tutorial. So here we talk about the name of HOD. Let's talk about an HOD called Dorothy. You can also have another HOD called Tibet. You can have another HOD called Nene. So we have such HOD departments. Here we have science department. We also have humanities. We also have science and then languages. Now, if we have such departments, then now we need to give these people departments. If I need to give this one as science department. I also have these two. There are the 2 of them in science. If I have this is humanities, I can copy this one. I can copy and paste it here. Is in humanities, and this one is in languages. I can copy here, and then I can paste it there. We can copy this one and paste it here. So if we have such, these are 2 tables. So I want now to link the 2 tables. And what you do for you to link these 2, you make them first of all. If I write this one, okay, I can give the salaries and even the salaries in this other end if you wanted, but there's no need. I can even remove this. I cannot even remove that, delete that, so that I don't have such. So that I have now just that. So if I talk about that, I'll have to go now to pivot. I want them to be in a model, data model. So you select, because you selected the range will automatically appear. Ensure this my table has headers. It's ticked because there are headers there. So after that, you click OK. So you realize that it has been added in tab 1. It has been added as tab 1. So if I close this one, I also come here and add this one to a model. So I have to add that one to a model. So that is pivot. I add to model. The range is already selected. You click OK. It is added as tab 2. It will be added as tab 2. You can see here. So now that is a table. So from there I close. After having the 2, now if I go to, you can have it if I go to power. Now I need to manage, because I need to create a relationship. So I need to manage data. In the manage data diagram view, so I have the 2. Then I'm using department, because department and department is what is appearing here. So I drag this to this point. So from there you can shape it like we usually do in Access. So this is the very simple way of creating a relationship. Then we shall learn on how relationships can assist you in Excel, mostly to create queries, to create pivot tables that will assist you to analyze data scientifically. So those are some of the ways that you can create queries in Excel. So if you find this tutorial to be good, ensure that you like and then share and subscribe. Thank you for listening.